Tonight from Fenway, the Red Sox try to avoid a highly damaging 3-game sweep at the hands of the Toronto Blue Jays. There is tension here as the Sox have seen their AL East lead shaved to 3 over the Yankees with 5 to play. Hi, everybody. Welcome back to Fenway Park. I'm Dave O'Brien. Delighted to be joined by Jerry Remy and Dennis Eckersley. Garen Austin along in just a couple of moments. And, Rem, the reason there is tension in the ballpark tonight, and that is undeniable, part of it anyway, is all of the injuries since the Red Sox came off an 8-1 road trip.
Well, I'm here to bring you some good news tonight. And, you know, last night it looked like more injuries. Benintendi was at the plate last night, fouling the ball off his leg a couple of times. This is the first time that it went off. And what happens again? It happens all the time, it seems like. The ball finds you again. He fouled another ball off his leg and found himself back hobbling around. And we kind of thought that he might be out of the lineup tonight, but he's not. He's back in there. Other good news, Dustin Pedroia back in the lineup tonight. Now, he's playing it day-to-day, really, with that knee. And it's a good thing he's in there because he hits Estrada, who's pitching tonight, very well. Hits him over 400 for a career average. So it's good to see Dustin back in there. And Mookie Betts is improving. He's still considered day-to-day, but John Farrell did say he may be available to pinch hit in this game tonight. So on the injury front, some good news.
All right, you're Mr. Good News tonight. All good stuff there. And Eck, as far as Rick Porcello goes tonight, he has the baseball. Job one for him is pitch like the Cy Young Award winner he was last year.
I'll tell you what, you just don't know what you're going to get from him. Last time out, he gave up a slam in the first inning. It's been a roller coaster ride for him. You see the last 2 starts against Toronto, one good one and one horrible one last time out, 7 earned runs. And so, you know, going forward with him, you just don't know what you're going to do. The pressure is really on Rick Porcello to come up with a big game. But at the same time, you got David Price out there. He piggybacked him last time in Cincinnati. You could see that happen again tonight.
Yeah, Price got that win. In fact, went 2 2/3 innings. A victory would lead to a huge sigh of relief here at Fenway Park tonight, and it's on the back of Rick Porcello to pitch very, very effectively. Now, he did that the last time out at Toronto. He went deep into the 7th inning, and he got the win. He needs to harken back to his success of a season ago here in Game 3. By Toyota's website for deals, buyatoyota.com. Dunkin' Donuts, America runs on Dunkin'. Lexus and the Lexus Strikes Out Hunger Program. Plain Ridge Park Casino, don't miss the Choose Your Ride giveaway Saturdays in September. The all-new Amstel X Light, grab the 90-cal 2-carb, great tasting light beer. And by Southwest, yes to low fares with nothing to hide, that's transparency. A warm summer-like night, we go down to the Diamond and Garen Austin. Garen, great to see a key man in Dustin Pedroia returning tonight.
That's right, OB. This team always seems to get a boost when Dustin Pedroia is back in the lineup. And John Farrell said that he's improved physically and that the swelling has gone down, and that'll just be really good to see him in the field tonight. We caught up with Pedroia earlier in the clubhouse today.
It was always the plan when I came back in the first place, you know, to make sure that, you know, I'm out there, you know, in the playoffs and beyond. So, you know, that's basically it. I mean, we're working really hard to do that. So, you know, I'm excited to play tonight, like I said.
As Jerry mentioned, just a lot of positive news on the injury front. Eduardo Nunez is progressing, and we could see Mookie Betts pinch hit tonight. Rick Porcello is on the mound when we return. Dave O'Brien, Dennis Eckersley, and Jerry Remy have the call.
Toyota's website for deals, buyatoyota.com. Amica Insurance, great service, great coverage, and a great price. Franklin Sports, the official batting glove of Major League Baseball. And by Subaru of New England, supplying all-wheel drive vehicles with a passion for fall activities. A warm night here, temperatures into the 80s as we get set for Game 3, final meeting of the year between the Red Sox and the Blue Jays. And a lot on the line here tonight as the Red Sox come in with a 3-game lead over the New York Yankees. We're moments away from getting underway at Yankee Stadium against the Tampa Bay Rays. Yankees have been a very hot team, of course. They've won 10 of their last 11 at home, averaging about 7.5 runs a game. The Rays are 1-7 this season at Yankee Stadium. So for Rick Porcello, his most meaningful start of the season for sure, coming in at 10-17. And here's a look at the Toronto lineup that he'll be facing, brought to you by your New England Chevy dealers. Teoscar Hernandez hit 2 home runs last night, and so did Donaldson. Smoke in the 3-hole with Bautista in right, Morales the DH, Pilar in center. Russell Martin has 13 home runs. He's the catcher. Goins at short, and Darwin Barney is the second baseman.
Red Sox starting pitcher is presented by your New England Audi dealers, Rick Porcello. Boy, the pressure is on Rick tonight. Been a very strange year for him. Kind of a roller coaster ride last time out. He only threw 57 innings, so he should be strong tonight.
The Red Sox defense is brought to you by Southwest Airlines, and they are 13th in the American League with 104 errors on the season. Rafael Devers will be at third base, Xander Bogaerts the shortstop, Dustin Pedroia back at second, and Mitch Moreland the first baseman. Left to right, Andrew Benintendi, Jackie Bradley Jr., and Rajay Davis gets a start in right field. Christian Vasquez doing the catching for Porcello.
Umpires tonight, and all important with Porcello and that sinker. They're brought to you by Toyota's website for deals, buyatoyota.com. Larry Van over the crew chief behind the plate. Marquez at first, Fairchild at second, Rackley at third base. Where available, this telecast can be heard in Spanish by selecting the SAP button on your TV remote. SAP presented by Toyota. Visit compra2toyota.com to see Toyota deals not seen on TV.
Buenas noches, amigos.
A little breezier than last night. Not hard to do because there was absolutely no wind last night. 80 degrees Partly cloudy skies out to left at about 9 miles per hour. So the Sox trying to get back into the win column after disappointing back-to-back defeats, especially given the pitching the Red Sox sent out, Pomeranz and Sale. And this guy did damage last night, Hernandez, with a pair of home runs, hitting .274 and set to get underway. That'll be ball one as we get started tonight here at Fenway.
The pitcher tonight, I tell you what, the pressure on Porcello is immense. This is almost like a playoff start.
That's amazing how in a couple of days really things changed. You know, you get back off that road trip and you look like, well, just a matter of hours now before the Red Sox wrap up the Eastern Division. All of a sudden you go a couple of losses and next right, that pressure starts to mount.
It's amazing. 1-1. And for Rick Porcello, getting through the first inning in good shape without any runs, you can't oversell how important that is for him.
Oh, it really is. And he's had his trouble in the first inning, and last time out, grand slam in Cincinnati.
Swing and a miss. Down he goes. He struck him out 94 miles an hour. These cold hard facts are brought to you by Clean Crisp Coors Light. Looking at the Red Sox against divisional opponents entering tonight, 40-35 against the East, and a .351 ERA, which is more than acceptable against a division such as this.
And Porcello, that last pitch at 94 miles an hour, and he was going for the strikeout. He threw that fastball up and out of the strike zone, chased by Hernandez.
Well, let's see how the Red Sox deal with this fella, Donaldson, who's been a terror in the series, with first inning home runs in games 1 and 2 and 3 home runs in the first 2 contests.
I mean, this guy has been as hot as anybody in the second half. 24 home runs in the second half, 15 first inning home runs on the season. That is a ton.
Right past him at 95.
That's pretty live, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
A couple of fastballs, 94, 95, and this last one jumped up in the zone. Supposed to be away, it stays inside, but high enough where there was no contact by Donaldson.
He doesn't come out that much throwing that hard. He kind of goes into it later in the game, but that's the best fastball he has.
One, two. Fly ball right field, well hit. Davis racing back to the track. That one off the base of the wall. It caroms back to Bradley. Possible play at second. The throw will not get him, and he's got a double, and he's at it yet again.
Well, he continues that first inning hot stuff that he's been showing the Red Sox in this series, and this fastball is supposed to be away, but it leaks over the middle of the plate, and Donaldson, not trying to pull the ball, just goes with it toward the Red Sox bullpen, short hops the wall, and backed up there by Jackie Bradley Jr. So the 2-base hit, man in scoring position already for the Blue Jays.
I don't care how hard you throw the ball, you miss location, that's what's going to happen.
20th double of the year for Donaldson. Porcello's fortunate that ball wasn't hit out of the ballpark.
Yes.
They'll send up smoke. The Red Sox have really tied this guy up. But he has a runner in scoring position, and he leads them with 89 runs batted in. Smoke is 0 for 9 in the series, hitting 169 his last 17 games. Bautista on deck. Bounced. Good stop by Vasquez.
We mentioned this many times, but catchers, you know, they call for that curveball and they expect it to be down low, so they're always, pretty much always, in a pretty good position to block that ball, and that's exactly what happened there with Vasquez. Ball's going to come back a little bit because of the spin on it, and he takes it right off the chest protector, deadens it. No advance at second base.
Porcello has allowed 3 career home runs to Smoke. High fly left field. Benintendi Back to the wall. He's going to have to play it off the green. Donaldson got a good read. He's going to score. Into second base, Smoke with his 90th RBI. Back-to-back doubles and 1-0 Toronto.
You've got to be careful with that fastball now. Fastball up, out, over, especially in this ballpark. Smoke's got some power the other way. He skies this ball. He misses it. He doesn't hit this ball like he can, because if he did, it's over the fence easily. This ball skies, and you see Benintendi gets to the wall, but you get too close to the wall and you got no chance. That ball's going to bounce forever. Probably would have scored anyway, but one run in the first inning. Here we go again.
Yeah, that's one of those that I think even the hitter surprised that he got a hit out of it, because it was hit so high and he knew he didn't get it. Yeah, but you know, that left field wall does a lot of favors for left-handed hitters, and it certainly did that time for Smoke.
So now Bautista hitting just .204 with 22 homers. He certainly had a poor year offensively by his standards, but against Porcello in his career, .354 with 5 home runs. And a quick run in for Toronto. And a breaking ball. This one slammed in the air, deep to left, gone. Bautista strikes again against Porcello, who is quickly down 3-0.
Jerry, that's back-to-back hanging breaking balls. That's exactly what that is.
Yeah, Bautista will not miss those kind of pitches, and he, you know, as you highlighted, Dave, he's taken Porcello deep now 6 times in his career. And watch this curveball. It just hangs out over the middle of the plate. They want the ball away. It starts to spin inside, comes to the plate, and Bautista is all over it.
A bad start for Porcello, just as was the case his last time out, when he gave up a grand slam in the first inning. Only lasted 57 pitches. And in the blink of an eye, 3-0 Toronto. And Morales hitting .249. He's homered 28 times. Line shot, and that'll be caught by Bogaerts, but another one hit stiff. And there are 2 down.
And once again, a pitch that stayed up in the zone. That time it was the changeup from Porcello that stayed upstairs. Ball hit very hard, but right at Xander Bogaerts. There you see the change grip. You see how high that ball stays. It doesn't move away very much, and good solid contact by Morales, but right at the shortstop.
First inning woes for Rick Porcello. And a ground ball down to get it. Bogaerts, he went down early. He's going to skip the throw and get him to retire the side. Not exactly what Porcello was looking for, down 3-0 in the first. Bautista just went yard at Fenway. Here's a look at the Red Sox lineup, brought to you by Toyota's website for deals. BuyAToyota.com. Xander Bogaerts, Dustin Pedroia back. Then Benintendi, Hanley Ramirez, Mitch Moreland, Vasquez, Devers, Davis, and Bradley. Against a guy who has been on quite a roll these days in the right-hander Marco Estrada, and they hand him a 3-0 lead.
As you said, Marco Estrada, he's been on a roll. He's 10-8, but he's won his last 5 decisions. High ERA, gives up some home runs, 30, but he can get some pop outs.
Jerry, a great changeup.
He really does. You know, it's almost like it stops twice on the way to home plate. It's a weird changeup. Very effective. Here it comes.
And he bounced that one up there. Xander is still trying to solve it. Bogaerts is 2 for 24 against him.
Everybody talks about how great that changeup is, but it's good because he has command of that fastball. And that's what he's had recently, I've been told.
Wave and a miss. That one disappeared on him. And Xander continues to scuffle against him.
Now let's take a look at the Blue Jays defense. 5th in the American League, 91 errors on the season. Josh Donaldson at third base. Ryan Goins the shortstop. Darwin Bonnie at second. And Justin Smoke the first baseman. Teoscar Hernandez in left. Kevin Pillar in center. Jose Bautista in right. And Russell Martin doing the catching for Estrada.
Well, the swelling in the knee has gone down for Dustin Pedroia. I think if it was still barking at him, he'd find a way to get in against Estrada.
Oh, yeah.
He's 13 for 29 against him. That's 448. So he was going to hit tonight. But returning to lineup to play second base, 295 with 7 home runs. He had a really tough time on a road trip. He went 1 for 26.
I mean, the changeup to me, you know, watching his is so different than everybody else's. It just seems slower.
I know. I don't. How does he make it stop? It almost stops when it gets there. It's incredible. It really is. That's why it's such a. He's so well known for it.
2-1. Checked his swing, fouled it away. Time to see who's been driving the ball. Presented by Toyo Tires. Pedroia against Estrada, including 3 doubles and 4 RBIs. Toyo Tires, the official tire of the Boston Red Sox.
You know, Jerry, he throws like a left-hander. You know what I mean? That has a little changeup, little fastball, tries to paint with his fastball.
Occasional curveball. Right to Goins. Will gobble that up. 2 down.
That's the changeup again, and it's almost like, you know, you start after it, you stop, and then you go again.
And you got nothing behind it.
I know, it's like a double clutch. Now watch Pedroia there. He almost stops, and then has to go again to make contact.
I mean, his foot's already down, right? He's waiting for it.
Yep.
And he just sort of lunges at it with nothing behind it.
Now you got nothing left.
Benintendi really beat himself up last night. 2 foul balls off the legs. They're back in there this evening. 275 with 20 home runs. He's 0 for 10 against Estrada. Ground ball up the middle. The shortstop, a sliding play. Goins going to have to eat that, and that'll be a base hit for Benintendi. His first against Marco Estrada.
And once that ball got by Estrada, he's the only guy that had a chance. You know, once it gets by him, you got Goins has to go too far to be able to make this play, and then he's going to slip anyway. But Benintendi, with his speed, even if Goins gets up, he's not going to throw him out. And I was watching Benintendi get down the line. You know, he didn't get banged up last night with some foul balls. He was still running pretty well.
Yeah, that's 2 ground balls right there off of Estrada. He's the guy, I'm telling you, he leads the world in fly balls.
Well, Hanley Ramirez, the DH tonight, 239, 22 homers, 60 driven in. And Hanley, a couple of weeks ago, expressed a desire to do something dramatic down the stretch and into October to help the Red Sox, knowing he's had such a down year. This would be a golden opportunity right now to put that theory to the test. Red Sox down 3-0.
Oh, that's strange. Back-to-back fastballs. And both of them up and out of the strike zone.
I mean, you sit on his changeup. He's got enough on his fastball to beat you.
Yeah, he does.
Just enough.
And he can paint with that fastball.
And try to paint right here.
Popped up toward right, coming on. And Bautista heading for the stands, but can't get there. Could very well be Bautista's final game here at Fenway Park. It's almost certain it is as a member of the Toronto Blue Jays. Whether he comes back as a DH for somebody else, nobody knows. He's about to turn 37. But he celebrated his final game already with a home run tonight.
Well, you know, he looks in great shape, you know, for 37 years old. Got a great body on him, but his bat speed, it's all about the bat speed. I don't care what you look like.
0-2 to Hanley. Moreland on deck. Red Sox trailing 3-0. John Gibbons, the manager of the Blue Jays, was asked, do you have any concerns about Estrada moving into next season? He said, well, not now. He just signed a $13 million deal for next year. He said, I would have had he not, because he wanted to get him signed. There's a shot into left field. Hernandez back to the track at a late start. Goes to the bottom of the wall. Looks like a catchable ball, and now he bobbles it. Here comes Benintendi rounding. The throw home will not get him. Hernandez had a lot of trouble with the monster. Hanley drilling one, and it seemed to freeze Hernandez before he could move. It struck very low on that wall.
Yeah, exactly right. Unfamiliar with left field here at Fenway Park. Just a little spinner right there to Hanley Ramirez. Now almost a mistake here by Benintendi. Now he starts to box the ball around, and Benintendi basically had stopped at third base, and Butterfield's trying to wave him in to get that run home. Here's the contact by Ramirez, and it's good, solid, hard contact. And just a bad play out there in left field. Now Benintendi stops, then he looks at Butterfield. Butterfield's waving him on. He had no idea that the left fielder was kicking the ball all over the place.
Hanley fired up, give him a double. Run scores on the error by Hernandez.
Hernandez went so casually after that ball, didn't he? He said, all right, it's over my head. I'll just take it off the wall, and he boxed it twice.
Yeah, and then he gave up on it.
Yeah.
If he didn't give up on it, Benintendi wouldn't have scored.
Yeah, he did about 7 things wrong on that one play. Little ground ball here to the shortstop. Goins will fire on and retire Moreland, but the Red Sox get one back, and after an inning, it's 3-1 Toronto.
Extra Innings Live right after the game. TC Jim and Carlos Pena will break down the game, and you'll hear from Rick Porcello and John Farrell. Whatever, whenever, wherever. Ooh, but WB Mason.
Benintendi scoring a run. Red Sox on the board 3-1. Toronto going to the second. And Porcello looking for a settle down inning after giving up 2 doubles and a home run in the first. Russell Martin leading things off. 224, 13 home runs for the Blue Jay catcher. And Porcello's last start against Toronto, it was there in Canada, it was August 30th. It was a 7-1 win. He went 6 2/3. He allowed just 1 run. He struck out 7. So he was very sharp.
Yeah, but then he came back on Labor Day and then gave it back. You know, Morales took him deep, 3-run shot, hanging hook.
Driven to center field, but it hangs up. Bradley there. So 1 man gone. See what's new at Jordan's Furniture and Shop now. Get up to 72 months no interest with equal payments and no minimum on all brand name furniture and mattresses. Shop in store or online at Jordans.com. Here's Goins at 237. A little bit of power. He's had 9 home runs and 387 in his last 12 games. Larry Vanover with the balls and strikes tonight. Larry, a veteran, very solid umpire. That one's hammered foul. And that, when you were heading into any start, how much attention did you pay to who was behind the plate that night?
Of all people, this is Vanover, and the last run-in I had in the big leagues was him.
No kidding.
And it's been 20 years, and that's him. You're bringing it up right now, and it's that guy. Cost me $3,000.
Well, got to hear that story.
What a time to bring that up.
Swing and a miss for strike 3. So tell the story. How did that cost you $3,000?
Oh, it's embarrassing. I don't even know if I could tell it because it was my fault.
Can you clean it up?
I guess it's rotten. It is. I'm a poor sport basically, and he called a couple balls I thought were strikes. In the 9th inning at Colorado, and next thing you know, I'm walking off a 3-run Johnson. I'm walking off the field, a walk-off piece, and I'm mad at him because I needed those 2 pitches.
So you were barking at him?
I was barking at him, but then I ran into him outside of the locker room. I took a shower real quick, and I was out of there. Right. Next thing you know, I'm coming around the corner. Boom! There he is.
Did he say anything?
No, he didn't have to because I was in his face.
Oh, you got back in his face?
I got back in his face.
Oh, no wonder it cost you 3.
Yeah, you can't do that.
No, you can't do it.
That's not nice.
Heck, you just have to learn to let it go.
I know. It was hard.
Yeah.
I would have paid anything. Whatever you want, you got it.
You know what's really strange is most of the time when you get thrown out of the game, it is actually your own fault.
Yes.
It really is.
Yeah.
I mean, you're so frustrated. You're taking it out on the umpires. I mean, sometimes it's theirs, but most of the time it's the player's fault.
Yeah. He didn't cost me that game. Meanwhile, Porcello has an inning that he needed badly.
We did get some 1-2-3 back-to-back Ks. 3-1 Toronto. Question: do you want to see Chris Sale pitch on Sunday when he's scheduled to go again? Text 1 for yes, 2 for no. Text or answer to 536-536. Message and data rates may apply. 1 message per vote.
I don't want to see it because
That's not good.
no, it's not
That's
going to be
bad.
good. Yeah.
Yeah, that's real bad.
That would mean
no-brainer.
That would mean the Red Sox hadn't won the division yet. You would think. As Vasquez gets in and he takes ball 1.
Now, before I forget this, I wanted to finish that story.
Yeah, because you never answered the question.
I don't know what the question was. The end of the story is I wrote him an apology. That's how bad I was. I was embarrassed how I acted, and I wrote him an apology. Still cost me some iron, but that's cool. And, you know, that needed to be done.
Yeah.
Because, you know, when you do something like that, come on. You know, the heat of the moment and all that.
You guys now golfing together?
I don't know, but I say hi and he waves back. Hey, Larry, I see you.
Vasquez 294, takes a pitch into the dirt.
I had one similar to that, not quite as nasty as X, but it was also against Toronto, and it was up at the old ballpark in Toronto, Exhibition Stadium. Tim McCullough, remember him?
Yeah.
About 6'8".
Yeah.
Just a huge guy, tall, and he threw me out of a. He threw me out of a ball. I was at second base. I don't know what I said to him. I said something nasty to him, and he threw me out. So, you know, I'm a big man. I'm walking by him, and I'm going to get into it with him, right? So I find out, like, I'm arguing with his belt buckle. You know, he just towers over me. So I finally, to get in his face, just jump up as high as I can. And I
Jumping
reached,
up and down.
I jumped, and I got to his face level, you know, and I gave it to him as fast as I could before I went back down on the ground. So by the time I was back on the ground, I'm already out of the game. And the funny thing about it is they had a picture in the paper of it. He kept the picture. And
Of you skied up.
yeah, and he sent it to me to sign. It was kind of cool of him to do that, you know. But that was an embarrassing moment. I mean, I'm arguing. I couldn't even see him.
Well, you told a great story last year. You mentioned earlier it's usually the player's fault. Not always the player's fault. How you got run from a game.
Oh, yeah.
When they told you they were going to throw you out.
Oh, yeah. They told me before the game.
3-2 to Vasquez, and that'll miss, and not by much, but he is on. He takes a leadoff walk against Estrada.
Yeah, I can remember before games, we used to be down in the club in the runway, and the umpires used to come down the same runway as where the Red Sox dugout was at that time. And this crew just they really didn't like me, and they had good reason because I was always snipping at them about something. And I remember Larry Barnett walked right up to me. I was sitting down next to Yaz, I think. And he said, "We're going to get you." And I didn't know what he's talking about. I said, how are they going to get me? You know, what are they going to do? You know, so I drag bunt. In 11 years, 10 years, I never got called to be out of the batter's box. I drag bunt down the first base line. The ball goes foul. I get to first base, and Riley, the first base umpire, says, "Good news and bad news. Says the ball went foul, but you're out. You're out of the batter's box." I said, "You got to be kidding me." You know, and then it all clicked in. You know, and they did get me. And Barnett had this big smile on his face, which just drove me up the tree. They got me good.
0-2 on Devers.
I deserved it, though. I mean, because I had problems with that crew.
Yeah, I get it. I had problems with everybody. If I had it all to do over again, I would have been a lot nicer. You know, just a little immature early on.
You'd still have that $3,000.
Yeah. Would have put me over the top.
Would have put you right over the top. But the original question was, you know, how much attention did you pay to that night's umpire when you were pitching behind the plate?
I had something for everybody. I knew everybody's zone. I just knew, and I said, this guy, you know, gives me that outside corner, or this is going to be I knew the guys that had a small plate, and I was going, the first time I throw a strike and he doesn't give it to me, I've got to keep my act together. So you have to know that, because you take it personal. I used to take it personal, like he wanted to really mess with my life. You can't get that deep.
Fouled off the plate by Devers, and what's turning into a lengthy at bat after Vasquez took ball 4.
You could tell umpire stories all night. I mean, you really could. There's so many things that go on the field that you don't.
I think these players handle it much better than we do.
Oh, absolutely.
No doubt in my mind.
Every game's on TV now. 0-2. hit high and foul. Do you think that's part of it?
Yeah, you can't run upstairs and say, I saw that pitch and you're wrong. Right?
Right.
And now, of course, you have replay. And so that determines all the close plays.
Right.
Virtually. There's almost no arguing anymore in baseball. I miss those days. 0-2 right off the end of the bat. Squibb foul as he stays alive. Kid's having a fight here against the veteran Estrada, who's 34 years old.
He fouled off a pretty tough changeup that time. That ball was down.
Finally, a cut and a miss for strike 3. Second K for Estrada. 1 away.
When you can throw your changeup right down the middle and a guy swings and misses, that is a good one. And he's seen several of them in this at bat.
Yeah, you know, he fouled off a tough one on the one before. It was down.
Right.
And then he gets one high, about belt high, right down the middle, and no contact.
Rajai Davis now getting a rare start. He's in right field. Mookie Betts is available perhaps to pinch hit. But for now, Davis and Young have been sharing right field. Davis 231, 5 home runs. And he'll look at a strike. It's just not the same without Mookie Betts, offensively or defensively. It is such a gaping hole, isn't it?
One of the most exciting players in the game today, without a doubt.
Go back to last Sunday when he single-handedly won that game against Cincinnati. Took over that entire inning with his hitting and running prowess, his base running skills.
And we talked about it in the open the next night. You know, there are very few guys in this game that can control the game. And, you know, they can do all kind of things, you know, field, throw, run, hit with power. You can do them all. You know, it reminds me of that guy you play with, great player, Ricky Henderson. You know, I mean, Ricky could change a game by himself. And that's what Mookie can do.
I think Ricky, he's a better outfielder than Ricky was.
Yeah.
He reminds me of Willie Mays, this guy. I mean, it's a long ways to go, I know, with the 660 home runs. He's not that kind of player, but that was Willie Mays, man. Willie Mays hit you 40 home runs, stole some bases when he was young. Great outfielder. I mean, come on.
Now going back to Sunday, this was a Mays-like performance, right? Bases loaded, Red Sox trailing. He cleans them off with a double, 3-run score, and then he produces what turns out to be the game-winning run on the dribbler by Devers. Just keeps on coming, hurtling into home plate, headlong dive safe, and the Red Sox would pull out the win. Exciting stuff. 2-2 fouled away. Davis 3 out of 8 with a home run against Estrada.
To think he was leading off at different times in his career, right? This guy is a run producer. I'll never know how many home runs he can hit. 31 last year. Home runs are down, but
line shot. That's headed for the corner. That's headed for the wall. Vasquez into third. Davis right behind him at second base. Going to be second and third with one down as Davis strikes with a double.
Rajai Davis, you know, getting the start tonight, 3 for 8 with a home run in his career against Estrada, and he gets the high changeup this time. There's the changeup grip. It's going to be up and away from Davis, and he hooks it right down that left field line, end up with a 2-base hit. So Red Sox a base hit away from possibly tying this ball game up, but they've got to get Jackie Bradley Jr. going.
That is certainly true. Jackie was 0 for his last 26 when he woke up this morning. But thanks to a scoring change in Jackie's favor, turning an error into a base hit from the September 20 game in Baltimore, he's now 1 for 26.
Well, that's helpful.
Take him any way you can get him.
Boy, he looked like he was right on that.
They had that listed as a cutter, but I thought
That's
that was a changeup. Yeah.
Jackie 3 for 14 against this right-hander with a home run.
Oh.
And the fastball.
Ooh, got away with one there. That fastball right at the bottom of the strike zone.
You know, Russell Martin caught this kind of funny a little bit, didn't he? Sort of snatched at it.
Yeah, and then he pulled it up very high, which may have given the umpire the impression it was too low.
2-1. Skipped it. Nice stop by Martin. Runners hold.
No big deal. A little pick. That ball would have gotten through. We'd be saying, how could he not block that ball, right? He just backhanded it.
Yeah, it was like a first baseman.
Good count for Bradley. And ground ball to the right side. Barney will be up and over to first base as a run comes in. Vasquez scores. So no hit for Jackie Bradley, but give him his 63rd RBI. And now it's a one-run game. And Davis is safely into third.
Well, change up again, this time running away. Bradley hooking the ball infield back with 2 men in scoring position, and the Red Sox get within 1. So when you make contact, good things happen. That time a good thing did happen. A run scored on a ground ball out.
Yeah, just don't strike out.
2 ways. Xander struck out first inning. Tying run at third base, and he'll look at a strike. He just has a devil of a time with Marco Estrada, doesn't he?
Sure does.
2 for 25. But up the middle for a base hit. And the Red Sox have tied the ball game. Davis comes in to score. Xander with his 58th RBI. And it's a 3-3 tie.
I don't know, you know, he gets him to strike out on a changeup back in the first inning. Then he gets cute. He goes to the breaking ball, and the breaking ball goes right back up the middle. There's the curveball, as you can see, and it's not a real good one. Just more of a spinner coming up the home plate that time, and Bogaerts takes it up the middle for the 2-out base hit.
You know, I think Bogey could pick up the spin on that and not on the changeup, and he did him a favor.
So 6-game hitting streak for Xander. Now Dustin Pedroia, who has always hit Estrada, 0 for 1 tonight, a grounded to short. So the Sox fell behind 3-0 in the first inning. They have fought their way back. I'll tell you what, Estrada is not razor sharp tonight, as he's been in recent outings. Started the inning with a walk. Vasquez took ball 4. Davis with the double. Now base hit from Xander. He also gave up a single and a double in the first inning.
That fastball was only 90 miles an hour, but it looked like it went by Pedroia at 97.
It looked like a blazer.
And a 1-2. He won't chase. Tampa Bay and the Yankees have gone to the third inning. They're scoreless. We are in the second at Fenway, and the Sox have battled back. That slice foul. Dustin trying to bust out of a 1 for 27. Benintendi waiting on deck. He got his first hit against Estrada tonight.
Here he goes.
Runner goes, and a bounding ball toward the hole for a base hit. Bogaerts into third. They're going to wave him. Here's the throw from Pilar. Play at the plate. He dives, and he is out at home. He wants a review, clearly, and John Farrell may do exactly that on a bang-bang play at home plate.
I'll tell you, watch this pick by Martin. That is a great pick. I don't know if he got the tag in or not. Didn't look like he did.
Well, the other question, too, Ed, did the hand go over the plate or did it go above the plate?
That looked like he was over the plate, or I should say on the plate as he went by.
It did.
The question is, did Martin get the tag in there on the hand? And from that angle, it's hard to tell.
Yeah, you can't tell, but that was a great pick. That was a little short hop. Not an easy pick right there.
I never saw a glove
He
on the
hasn't
body.
tagged him yet, you know.
Well, here's another thing. Is it possible, and I'm just throwing this out there, that Martin's foot was in a position before he had the baseball in his glove to be blocking home plate. Is that a possibility?
It's a possibility, but I think the whole thing comes down to, did his hand touch the plate? Because his tag didn't come till late.
I agree with it, but I was watching the foot, and I'm saying, you know, maybe look, see where the foot is?
Yeah.
He doesn't have the ball yet.
No. But where's the tag doesn't come till now.
Right
and
there.
He's already past the plate. Is his hand on the plate? Yeah, it's got to be on the plate.
I mean, that looks like it's safe to me. And it also looks like he had his foot in front of the plate blocking it.
See, Martin never went back to attempt to tag him a second time, and the umpire had already rung him up. So
Yeah.
this is all about whether he tagged him while he was going across home plate. Nothing more than that.
The tag seemed late.
Yeah.
You know, as he was already crossing the home plate with his hand.
He really didn't have it in the pocket of the glove. He was kind of bobbling around a little bit too, even after the tag.
And to your point, Jerry, we just heard that the Red Sox are also challenging if he was blocking the plate.
I think they should be.
Don't have to worry about it now. Safe at home, and I think they got that right.
How about an RBI for Pedroia on a ground ball, a measly little ground ball to second that goes into the outfield.
And the aggressiveness of Butterfield at third base, who's always aggressive with his base runners.
Look at this weak ground ball. It's amazing. Look how long it takes to get to the outfield. I was thinking, send him.
Look at Butter. Look at Butter. He's waving him on, and that's after Pilar had the ball.
So the Red Sox have the lead 4-3. Well, this is turning into a wild one right away.
So let me get this straight.
Butter could have made the play at home plate.
Yeah, he was that close.
Yeah, let me get this straight now. Did they appeal the fact that Martin was blocking home plate? Is that what the appeal was?
They were doing both. The play at the plate, the tag, and blocking the plate.
Okay.
So if the call had gone against the Red Sox, obviously that was the next thing they wanted looked at.
Right.
The rule is, unless the catcher is in possession of the ball, he cannot block the plate. If he does block the pathway of the runner without possession of the ball, the umpire shall signal the runner safe.
Right.
That was real close either way, but he was safe to begin with.
He was. Estrada with the play on top of the mound, and will throw out Benintendi, but the Red Sox battle right back. They get 3, and they have overtaken Toronto 4-3 at the end of 2. Family Batting Glove member this season. Franklin Sports donates to the Red Sox Foundation's RBI program to help revitalize baseball and softball in our inner cities. We showed you the leaderboard for the Franklin family RBI leaders.
This is a shutdown inning waiting to happen. Gotta have it.
Hernandez bluffing a bunt, looks at a strike.
After that inning, you're talking about momentum galore. You could just shut them down now.
Sox in the lead 4-3 after an ugly start. They've come roaring back. He bunts and lines a foul.
Wow. You know, I question this. It's twice now. Once he faked it. That time he's trying to drop it down third. And this is a guy that can reach the seats and has been reaching the seats on a regular basis. I say swing the bat.
You get the idea that John Gibbons concurs the 1-2. Hernandez with 7 home runs this month. That's the most by a Toronto rookie in several years. 2 home runs last night, and he pops it up. Pedroia out, Davis racing in, and Rajay there for the catch. 1 away.
The most popular way to follow the Red Sox push for the AL East is with MLB.com at bat, the #1 app for live baseball. Enjoy game day, live game video highlights, StatCast, and more. Download MLB.com at bat today.
It'll bring up Donaldson. He doubled, narrowly missing a home run in the first inning as he smacked one to right up against the bullpen fence. And as hot as any hitter alive right now. And he starts him with a fastball for a strike. Smoke on deck, and the 0-1.
Now, you know, you go back to that the play with Bogaerts and Butterfield waving him on. Now, had there been only 1 out in the inning, there's no way he would have waved him on in that situation. But with 2 outs, he's taking the gamble.
Little blooper toward left. Out goes Bogaerts. That's going to dunk down for a base hit. Benintendi snatches it up, but Donaldson getting all manner of hits, and he's 2 for 2.
You know, going back to that play with Butter, Bogaerts is ready. He's thinking about scoring all the way anyway. I think, you know, when he's running on that play. I mean, I thought even when he hit the ground ball, Pedroia, I said he's got a chance to score on this, and he didn't skip a beat. There's no hesitation whatsoever. He's not going to score.
You know, one of the things that third base coaches have to know daily, every day, how are your legs today? He has to know that from every one of his position players. So on plays like that, you know, if Bogaerts tells him something's wrong with my leg, I don't feel 100% today, he can't send him.
It's a great point, because Benintendi would be an example.
Yeah.
Guy who, you know, foul balls off his legs.
Yeah.
How does he feel today as opposed to when yesterday's game started?
Well, it happened today in the clubhouse. You know, when Pedroia said that he was playing, the first thing that Butterfield did, he went over to Dustin. He said, "Now, can I send you? Are you that good?" You know, and he said, "Yeah, I'm fine." So
yeah, you got to know who you're working with here.
Exactly.
Also got to know if they're lying to you.
Yeah, true.
And hope they're not. But in that environment,
yeah. Well, you know what? The third base coaches know, they know who's going to lie and who's not going to lie. You know, they really do.
I mean, how far can they go down that third base line? It's beyond me. He's right there by the
close to the batter's box.
He was.
Smoke doubled first time up. 2 balls and 1 strike. Another look.
Look at Butter. He's still going. He's just wait. Butters wants to score himself.
That throw gets away. It hits Butter.
Donaldson off the bag at first. And you know what? We were just talking a few moments ago about how replay review has taken arguments out of baseball. There would have been a whale of an argument at home plate. You saw Bogaerts jump up and get right in Larry Vanover's grill, thinking he had blown the call. And as the replay indicated, he did miss the call. He was safe. He was ruled out at home plate. But in the days before review, that would have been a heck of a. I bet somebody would have been thrown out of the game.
Yeah, and days before review, he would have been out.
Yeah, he knows he's safe because he knows he didn't feel the tag long after he crossed the plate.
Don't do that, Vanover's telling him. Don't point to the dugout, is what Vanover's telling Bogaerts. And because Bogaerts come up pointing to Farrell, challenge us. And Vanover didn't like him pointing to the dugout like that. And then, hang with him.
Yeah, Larry didn't like me pointing at him either.
And that's going to be ball 4. I don't know if Xander's going to write him a letter, but
I don't think he has to.
He doesn't have to after that.
He's cool. Tonight after Red Sox coverage in Essence Sports Today, we'll save you time with the latest breaking news, including the latest on the Bruins and a report from Patriots practice. Essence Sports Today, presented by People's United Bank. See what know-how could do.
Well, a walk to Smoke puts runners at first and second, putting the Red Sox lead in jeopardy with Bautista coming up. He's already hammered a 2-run homer into the monster seats in the first inning when Toronto took a 3-0 lead. And if you're just joining us, a lot has happened already. Red Sox were down. They've come back. There's been a play at the plate, reversing the call, but now trouble for Porcello again.
Careful with that breaking ball. That breaking ball speed bat right now. Bautista got himself back-to-back breaking balls, crushed the second one.
43 career home runs against the Red Sox, 26 at Fenway. He has long loved this ballpark. And in for a strike.
Now back in the first inning, he does get that breaking ball, and we've seen this many times from Bautista here at Fenway Park. That may be the last one he gets tonight.
Donaldson at second, Smoke at first for the Blue Jays. Big swing, and he wants that back.
He got a slider that time, not the curveball. A little bit harder that time, smaller break, and fouled it straight back. Velocity, obviously, more than the curveball.
He's not thinking middle of the field, is he?
No, he wants to go.
He wants to go bridge. Look at this. That ball's away from him. He's still trying to crank it out of here.
1-2. Did he go? He did not, says Alfonso Marquez, and it's 2-2.
He would have went crazy if he had called him out, huh? Fastball, high fastball, held up.
Yeah, that's a good call.
Two-two to Joey Bats, and it is in there for strike 3.
Almost like he was waiting for another breaking ball, and it just wasn't going to happen in this at bat.
It's not going to happen. If he did, that would have been a stupid pitch.
Amica Insurance, great service, great coverage, and great price for auto, home, or life insurance. The fastball right by Bautista, outside part of the plate.
That says you are sitting on breaking ball.
So 2 down. Porcello trying to get out of the inning and still hold the lead, and that'll send up Morales, who is lined to short 0 for 1. The DH, 28 homers and 84 runs batted in, and he will take strike 1.
Good backdoor slider that time.
Came into this one just 7 for 36 against Rick Porcello in his career. Inside past the elbow, 1 ball, 1 strike. Pilar next.
Got to be careful with the curveball to this guy.
One coming over that inside. 1-2. Porcello, in getting 2 outs in this inning, has reached 200 innings for the 2nd year in a row. 1-2 to Morales.
Yeah, back to the high fastball just to stay in shape.
Yeah, going for the strikeout that time. You could see that Vasquez tapping the ground low. They're thinking getting that hitter, and the hitter can hear that, thinking they're going to go down in the zone. All of a sudden, you know, the fastball's upstairs. There's the tap low. You can hear that as a hitter. And then back upstairs they go with the fastball, gets the foul ball.
Two on, two out, 1-run game. Socked into center field. It's down for a base hit. Donaldson rounding. Jackie Bradley throwing to the plate. Here's the tag. It gets away. The run is in. And the runners will move up to second and third. And the game is tied. Morales with his 85th run batted in.
Not a good pitch. Left that changeup over the middle of the plate. Did not fool Morales. Stayed back on this. Look at this. This changeup right there. Strokes that ball right back up the middle. Jackie makes a nice throw all the way in to Vasquez, but he can't make the pick. Tries to hurry up and get it over there and loses it.
Yeah, they will charge Vasquez with an error.
That moved that runner into scoring position at second base.
Question now is, will John Farrell get the bullpen active?
He should.
Second and third, 2 down for Pilar, who's gone 0 for 1. No one throwing out there yet.
I mean, you let him give up a base hit here. I mean,
and across for strike one on the center fielder. Will they begin to throw?
You think about it. You give up a base hit here, 2-run score, and then you finally get your bullpen going. A little late.
Such a big game.
Yeah, this is like a playoff game almost. I gotta have that.
Boy, did not get it.
That's exactly where he wants to throw that pitch.
Right.
It's a
Perfect.
two-seam fastball sinker that you want at the bottom of the strike zone. He's got plenty of the bottom of the strike zone right there.
What's he guessing? Low? Come on. What are you looking at?
Vasquez, you know, I was asking where was that, you know, and Vanover probably says it was down a little bit.
Don't get me going about Vanover.
It cost you another $3,000.
It cost me another $3,000 from up here.
You'd have to write another letter. 2-1. Smoke and Morales getting their leads. And Porcello got him to offer and just fouled it away.
He wants to swing. We know he wants to swing. You got to know that facing a guy like this.
Yeah, he's got 33 walks on the season, 94 strikeouts. He's not there to draw a walk, especially with 2 men in scoring position.
Now what do you do? Break a ball in the dirt or high cheese?
I think high fastball.
Okay.
2 down.
There you go.
Exactly
See
right.
ya.
Struck him out, but another run in. Might be the way it goes all night. We're tied 4-4. $1,000 Choose Your Ride giveaway. Grand prize winners guaranteed Saturdays in September. Earn entries all month long only at Plainridge Park Casino. Come in and experience the only casino in Massachusetts. Red Sox and Toronto, a 4-4 tie going to the bottom half of the third inning. Jerry Remy, Dennis Eckersley, Dave O'Brien, and Garrett Austin with you. Hanley.
Whoa.
Let's go with the bat. He's already doubled in this one.
Now it's the bat, not the hat.
He'll be followed by Moreland and then Vasquez against Estrada. It really hasn't been a mystery. He's allowed 4 runs, 5 hits. And Tampa Bay and the Yankees still 0-0. They've gone to the 4th. Severino on the mound for the Yankees. And Andries for Tampa Bay. Severino 13-6. Oh. 2-1.
It's got that little peekaboo thing. Huh?
John Lester, right?
Yeah. Pettit, yes.
His 60th pitch. Another change.
That thing just drops off, huh? Just stops.
And they with 22 home runs, trying to light up Estrada tonight. High deep drive. Way back. Watch this baby sail. Totally out of Fenway. And the Red Sox back in the lead, 5-4.
You throw him a changeup in his eyes, I'll tell you what, he's going to lose it and lose it large. These are the kind of balls he hits out soft, you know, hanging, breaking balls. You see it. His eyes lit up and he lost it.
We've been highlighting the changeup all night for Estrada, and that was a very poor one that just stayed upstairs. And man, did Hanley jump on that. That ball was crushed.
You know you're sitting on changeup, and you get one in your eyes, and you almost, you know, you can't wait to hit it out of the ballpark.
Again, he had talked about this a couple of weeks ago that he wanted to make a difference here down the stretch with some dramatic hits. He caught all of this one.
Yeah, we've seen that earlier in the year. Remember, he hit some hangers way out here.
He's 2 for 2 tonight with a double and a homer, and that sends up Moreland.
I mean, watch this ball. Talk about exit velocity and all that junk, but
that's launch angle galore.
Yeah.
It's mass pike material. Ground ball, nobody there at third base because of the shift. And Moreland has himself a base hit. Now, for every Red Sox home run this season, Speedway donates $500 to Boston Children's Hospital. Stop by your local Speedway, pick up any size fountain soda or Speedy Freeze for just 69 cents. Let's get down to Garrett.
Thanks, Obi. I talked to Eduardo Nunez in the clubhouse, and he told me that his knee is doing much better than expected. He said that he was running and jogging and doing other types of baseball activity that no one really thought that he would be doing at this point. He did say there is still no timeline. He's still day-to-day, but they will reevaluate him next week. And guys, he said he is really relieved that the situation is not worse, and he's excited to hopefully be back in the lineup soon.
All right, Garrett, thank you very much. Of course, he was off a couple of weeks. Said he felt well then when he returned, and then immediately, you know, tweaked that knee again. So you hope he has some staying power.
It looked bad to me, didn't it? I mean, I know he caught a spike and it made it maybe look worse.
Yeah, so now he's wearing Pedroias.
Yeah, maybe that'll help. Just running, to me, 2 days later sounds like he's doing all right.
You know, Vasquez is a good guy to play hit and run with. He can move that ball the other way. You don't have speed at first base. Trying to stay away from a double play.
Moreland the runner. And a 1-1. Knocks the mask off of Martin.
You would have thought that was a hit and run with Bogey running last inning.
Yeah.
Huh? He was running all right, but it wasn't a hit and run.
Right off the mask, and the mask goes flying off Martin. 2 catches there. Vasquez knows what that feels like.
So much for that hit and run.
All over now.
You 1-2, and it drifts downstairs. Estrada's pitching line is brought to you by Lexus, inviting you to see, hear, feel, and experience amazing. Sox got a lot of good at bats against him tonight.
Oh yeah, he's trying to pick. 68 pitches, ton.
Devers on deck. Line drive, base hit. 3rd consecutive hit in the inning. Moreland to second base.
I think getting some hits on that changeup too. That was a changeup down, and Vasquez going right up the middle. Pete Walker, the pitching coach, coming out. You know, I'm gonna get into a little bit about Vasquez. You know, when he first came to Major League camp a couple of years back before he got hurt, you know, I watched him hit. You know, and I love the way his approach to the opposite field. And you know, he was hitting 210, 220. People say, you know, what's this guy gonna hit? I always had the gut feeling, because the way he could use the opposite field, that he was eventually going to be, you know, a good hitter. And I'm talking about a 270 plus type of hitter, because you can learn how to pull the ball. You can learn how to hit the ball up the middle. You can learn how to pull it. If you can master the opposite field early in your career, you can learn the other things, and that's exactly what he's done.
It's like Yadier Molina was the same way when he came up. He couldn't hit. Then he, hit the ball the other way, and now what he turned into a great hitter.
Exactly, and I think that's what's happened with Vasquez.
Making a run at 300 is Devers, showing bunt and flicks it foul.
Yeah, think about that now. 300. I mean, that's a lot of hitting at the big league level.
You're not playing every day either now. I mean, half the time, right?
Right, but he's a 294 coming into the game. He's going to walk tonight, a base hit, and we know about his defensive abilities.
He's batting .361 since the 29th of July.
What was Devers doing bunting the first pitch?
I don't know. Swing the bat.
I mean, really, he had to be on his own, right? There's no way he's bunting.
Moreland at second, Vasquez at first. Red Sox have taken the lead back. There is activity in the Toronto bullpen.
Look, missed that too.
It's almost like it's a young kid, 20 years old, and first and second, nobody. Maybe I'm supposed to bunt. Even though he doesn't have the sign. Maybe I'm supposed to bunt. No, we'll tell you when to bunt.
Yeah.
2-1. Foul back.
I mean, you got this guy on the ropes, is what you've got.
You don't want to give him an out here.
This guy's a lamb right now.
Well, that's a great point. Recognizing the situation, the score, and if the guy's in trouble, right?
Yeah, I mean, the last thing you want to do now is give them an out.
20 years old. 2-2. Little dribbler. First baseman will pick that. Smoke goes to second to get the force. And they're going to be safe on the corners. And the next man in will be Rajai Davis.
Well, Sox fans, for the final home games of this season, you can bring the whole family to Fenway Park with a family 4-pack. You get 4 tickets, 4 Fenway Franks, and 4 fountain sodas, courtesy of Aramark. Go to redsox.com/family 4-packs to get your great deal now.
Watch Devers now as he heads up the first base line. That little tapper.
Not real happy.
A little bit of a tug of the hammy.
Yeah.
I think he's more upset with himself.
Yeah. That was just a sour face.
One down, first and third for Davis. Rajai with a double down the left field line his first time up, and then came in to score. Jackie Bradley will be next.
It'll be hard to turn 2 with Davis up there.
That was unusual. I mean, Davis actually dropped the bat as the pitch was coming in on another changeup.
He did that when we were in Oakland.
He did.
Remember that?
Yeah.
He did it several times. It's like, what was he doing? I didn't get it. I thought something was wrong with him. He just sort of just drops the bat.
Maybe it's his way of saying, I want to stay off the high pitch.
It's crazy.
And there for a strike, 2-1. Houston Astros coming to town next. They won big today. They beat up on Texas 12-2.
They crushed Texas back-to-back games.
Still in the hunt for best record in the American League. They pulled even with Cleveland as far as 98 wins are concerned, but they're actually a half game out at the moment pending the outcome of the Indians game. The Indians have a 1-0 lead on the Twins in the 4th.
How badly would you really want that coming here?
That's a great question.
I know.
Because it could be very, very meaningful for them.
But it's not worth it to go after it and show everybody your cards.
2-1. Well, we're not going to see Verlander.
No, because he pitched today.
But the question is, on the Red Sox side, will you see Chris Sale on Sunday? It's our poll question tonight. Do you want to see him?
You may want to see him, but you're not going to see him. Unless the Red Sox are scuffling.
A good count for Davis. 3-1, 1 down, 1st and 3rd.
Now the question is, do you send the runner on the 3-2 count, 1 out? I think with Davis at the plate, he's hard to double up, but still, if you send the runner, you're going to eliminate the double play and you pick up a run. So I would send him, even though he doesn't run all that well.
I'm not sending him.
You got to keep him there?
I'm going to keep him there.
Okay.
A big hole on that right side as they hold him. 3-2, Devers is holding. And Bloom to right field. It's going to drop down for a base hit. That'll send in Moreland. Devers on his way to 3rd, and they won't get him. Holding at first base, Davis with his 2nd hit. This one drives in a run. Sox on top 6-4.
A nice night for him. A double on a changeup back in the 1st inning. Now he goes to the opposite field on the line drive, gets a run home, gets a 1st and 3rd situation. That fastball elevated about just under the letters. And to the opposite field goes Rajai Davis. So filling in tonight for Mookie Betts, 2 for 2.
Just a matter of time before they knock out Estrada. He was just waiting to be had.
He gives up 9 hits in 2 1/3. He had really been sailing coming in, pitching very well.
Well, he fell out of his tree is what he did. He was way up there in the branches. Got to come down sooner or later. Might as well be tonight.
So Santos coming on. Red Sox now the 6-4 lead in the 3rd. We'll have more in a moment. Right-hander Santos out of the pen, one down, first and third for Jackie Bradley. And is it just a matter of time before Davis takes off over there at first? 6-4 Red Sox.
Yeah, I'd send him. You know, of course I run everybody, but I would definitely send him. You know, 28 steals on the season.
Might let him have it.
They might. Jackie 0 for 1 with an RBI ground out. There he goes. And it's low and no throw as he dives in with the theft.
It's almost like a gimme.
Yeah.
You know, because if you get a decent jump, you're not going to get a throw from the catcher. You got the first and third situation, and you get those gimmies, take it.
His 29th.
It wasn't even a great jump by Davis at first base, but you know, it was a very hard ball for Martin to handle behind the plate. Head first slide, no contest, not even a throw.
Still explosive speed. Could be quite a weapon in October. Those tight games, the 2-0 and a strike. Jackie in need of a key hit, and this one certainly qualifies. 1 for his last 27.
Big at bat right here for Jackie.
Santos with a 2-1. Inning started with a bang, and Hanley Ramirez with a totally out of Fenway home run.
I notice a lot of times with Jackie Bradley Jr. when he gets in these kind of slumps that he's in, it seems like when he swings, that head kind of tilts back towards his back shoulder. It's almost like, you know, it's not directly on the baseball. It's kind of tilting back, and I'm wondering how well he sees the ball.
Trying to say he doesn't keep his nose in there or what?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, his front shoulder stays in.
Around the plate, didn't chase. Well, he is so streaky. When he is hot, there are a few guys in the majors who can keep up with that level of heat. Right now, obviously, he is quite cold. But he is due.
Base open, doesn't necessarily have to get a strike here.
And the 3-2 from Santos. And he swung and missed on what should have been ball 4. So down he goes, and his struggles continue.
Yeah, that's what happens. I mean, you know, he gets a fastball, but the fact is it's not close to the plate. It's going to be way outside. He starts that swing. He knows he should have never started it. Tries to stop it about halfway through, and it's just the frustration continues.
Well, you want a hit right there, right? You got guys in scoring position. You're looking for a fastball, and then you get it, but
Yeah.
it's outside.
It's outside, and the way he's been going, I mean, those things happen.
So it falls on Xander Bogaerts to do a little more with the inning. Red Sox with 2 runs in to take the lead. Xander has an RBI single tonight. He's 1 for 2. Oh, knocks the bat right out of his hands inside for ball 1.
Hope he diving out over the plate. Look out.
That ball was supposed to be away.
I know. That would keep me honest. I'll tell you what.
It's almost automatic. A base hit means 2 with Davis, the trail runner, at second. And a breaking ball inside to make it 2-0.
Boy, he didn't catch that ball very clean.
Tampa Bay and the Yankees, 0-0 into the 5th. Two down, 2 on, and a strike.
Guy's fastball seems a little hotter than 92.
It does.
Tampa Bay has just now scored, so they've taken a 1-0 lead on the Yankees in the 5th. 2-2 on Xander.
Well, they're wearing him out inside too. They know that Bogaerts likes the ball out over the plate and away, and everything in this at bat has been inside to Bogey.
Oh, look at that play. That's slick.
One hand. Got the glasses in a cool position and makes a one-handed catch.
Gave it to the youngster behind him. That's a great shot. 2-2. There's a shot. High and deep. Way back. Yes, sir.
Boy, if there's a guy that needs to hit a ball like that out of the ballpark this time of the year, after what he's done, what he's been through all year, what a sign. What a great sign by Bogaerts. Jerry, you said they're feeding him fastballs inside, and I'll tell you what, he turned and got it and nailed it.
He sure did. This one leaks a little bit more toward the middle of the plate, and Bogaerts jumped all over it.
A 3-run blast. I don't know which was deeper, his or Hanley's.
I think Hanley's is still going.
This might be 2.
There it is, inside corner again, and smart hitters realize that they're going to stay in here on me. I'm going to have to open up a little bit sooner.
Well, the Red Sox opened it up.
Boy, the Red Sox made a statement with this offense. Down 3-0.
And now in front 9-4 on this all-important night with Pedroia in. Well, that one went 437 feet.
It's been a while since he's hit a ball that far.
Oof. His 10th. Line to right field, closing Bautista, but it's going to drop in for a base hit.
I don't know how he does it. I mean, sits down for what? How long has he been sitting? How many days has Pedroia been out?
Couple days.
Couple of days.
Since Sunday. Yep.
Come in. He's got 2 hits. He had a little dribbler with second base open. Gets a run. Gets an RBI in that. Now drops a line drive out in front of Bautista. I mean, it's hard to do.
That's what he does, though. I mean, he wants a hit. He thinks other way.
Yeah, he does. And that's what you should do.
Right.
When you haven't had a lot of at-bats.
Benintendi now. Red Sox racking up the hits now. 11 hits to go to 9 runs, including a pair of absolute bombs in this inning to lead it 9-4.
If there was a game they needed to flex their muscles, this was it.
Benintendi has chipped in with a base hit. He's gone 1 for 2. It's still only the 3rd inning. That's because the Red Sox have been scoring a lot of runs, and Toronto did early. First inning they got 3. Red Sox got a run back in the first, 3 in the second, now 5 here in the 3rd. Benintendi, the 9th man to swing in the inning for the Red Sox. Looks at a strike. More activity in the bullpen for Toronto. Aaron Loup throwing. The lefty. So all sorts of run support tonight for Rick Porcello. Two and two.
Good hack right there by Benintendi.
Well, the man in the on-deck area started it. Hanley Ramirez with a 451-foot home run to go with his double in the first inning. And without Mookie Betts or Eduardo Nunez, the Red Sox have scored 9 times in the first 3 innings so far. And down he goes, strike 3. That'll do it. But the Red Sox send 9 men up to hit. The home run's a big part of the inning. Hanley struck first. That was the solo shot, and Xander Bogaerts with a 3-run shot. 9-4, Red Sox in command. $100 or more of merchandise in either the right field or home plate team store and receive a free Herschel tote bag. Big home run there, 3-run shot out of Xander Bogaerts, and the Sox open up a 9-4 lead going to the 4th inning. Russell Martin leading things off here for Toronto. 0 for 1. He's flied to center. It's the bottom third of their order. Now for Porcello, it was nearly a 30-minute wait. I think he'll take it, given all the runs and a pretty good lead right now, but that's a long sit. Trying to win for the 11th time this season, coming off his Cy Young season, the 0-2 to Martin.
Kind of a catch-22, isn't it? You know, how did you feel about that? I mean, you know, you're sitting there. A lot of runs are being put up on the board, but you're sitting there for a long time. Was it okay with you as long as those runs are going up?
Of course, but it's going to be, you know, everybody thinks just go out there and throw strikes, but you know, the delay kind of hurts.
Yeah.
And you don't throw quality strikes. It's one thing throwing strikes. You know, I'm still trying to paint.
2-2. That's a swing.
Look at that swing.
Boy, that tie him up. Strike 3. So 1 man gone. Time for our social stretch. Back to the studio. Here's Casey.
Obi, thanks. Pedro Martinez. We love seeing him around the park and even at spring training, but he isn't making a return to the diamond, unfortunately. However, you've got a different version to root for now when he's not playing the Red Sox, of course, down the road. I'm talking about his son, 17-year-old third baseman Pedro Martinez Jr. signing with the Tigers today. Can't wait to see him in the show. Obi X Jerry.
A good-looking kid, huh?
Yeah. I met that kid. Good kid, too. Really nice kid. He's raised some great kids.
Yeah, he has. Well, you knew that would be the case. Much success. That's been a very successful baseball family. I called a game when I first started out in the majors back in like 1990 that Ramon Martinez, Pedro's brother, pitched. He was pitching for the Dodgers, and he struck out 18 men that night. And I thought he was going to be the better of the two for sure. Phenomenal outing. I mean, he was threatening Koufax's records left and right.
Well, the Dodgers let so too.
That's right.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They did. And, you know, Socha was the catcher. It's set up here, right in the middle of the glove. Set up here, right in the middle of the glove. It was like that all night long.
Did he win 20 games for them? Might have.
Might have.
Might have.
But that was amazing. And to think, watching that Pedro was the better of the two.
You know, I forgot that he was here with his brother. For a time, right? 99-ish.
Yep.
And Pedro never forgot the Dodgers for thinking that he couldn't be a starter.
Yeah, he had a chip on his shoulder forever.
Big time.
That was Lasorda. Tommy Lasorda was the one who had the bright idea. Well, you know what? I don't think he's going to be able to hold up.
I'm not going to say anymore.
Yeah.
I got you. Tommy did a lot of things in the game. Swung on a miss for strike 3. Goins down, hacking. Back-to-back Ks for Porcello.
Yeah, he's got strikeouts on a couple of different fastballs. A sinking fastball to Martin, and now the rising fastball away from Goins. So he's got it going on here for the first 2 hitters in the 4th inning.
So going after Darwin Barney, he's already struck him out. There's a high fly deep to left. Benintendi looking up on the track, and that ball's gone. Barney with his 6th home run. It is flying tonight. That's going to make it a 9-5 game. 2nd home run allowed by Porcello.
Try to get ahead with a fastball, and that's what can happen. You got a 5-run lead. Now it's a 4-run lead, and a guy hits a ball out of the ballpark that shouldn't be hitting a ball out of the ballpark. But it's first pitch, and he just goes for it.
Yeah, it's the 2-seamer again. Now, he threw a real good one to Martin earlier in this inning. That one just stayed upstairs a little bit on the inside part of the plate and out of the park.
Hernandez now, he struck out fly to right 0 for 2. 2 down, a run in. So back to a 4-run game.
That's the good one right there. That's the 2-seam fastball right there that you pound into the ground. Now let's see if they go back upstairs against Hernandez. They've done it twice tonight. They struck him out back in the 1st inning on a high fastball. They got him to fly out on a high fastball last time up.
The best 2-seamer is a ball. It's a ball. You don't want to throw a 2-seamer for a strike.
They did try to go upstairs but missed. They want to try it again. I think they think they figured something out on Hernandez. They think they got him on this. They've got him twice tonight with the high strike for the fastball for the out.
You think after a while you hear him tap the ground, it's just the opposite. We've been watching it every night, so I know here comes the old tap 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 and the little thumb going straight up.
Yep. Back upstairs again.
And up the middle for a base hit. I would think that would get the bullpen active.
Wouldn't you?
And you wonder if it's a David Price night.
Yes. It's not. I don't want to. Who's going to hurt his feelings by getting somebody up in the bullpen? Let's bounce around.
I think Price himself expects to get that call.
Somebody bring a ding ding down there.
Porcello, incidentally, is now allowed 38 home runs. That ties Tim Wakefield for the franchise record.
Stay tuned for Red Sox Final, presented by Plainridge Park Casino. TC Jim and Carlos Pena will preview the Red Sox last series of the regular season against the Astros.
It's Carson Smith who's going to begin to loosen.
Well, you know what I'm thinking here now. Carson Smith is a guy that's accustomed to getting ready in a hurry, and I think that's what they're looking for. And if they look for somebody to start the inning, I believe it would probably be Price.
Right, like next inning.
Right.
So chilling at the moment, but here comes Donaldson. And nothing comfortable about this. A double and a single. Boy, does he go for it on every cut.
Thank goodness he got that ball in.
So strike 1, 2 down, but a run in and a man at first. 9-5. Only the top of the 4th inning. Thought about it and stayed away. 1-1.
That's a good pitch right there.
Yeah, and if you're not swinging the bat well, you swing at that. When you're swinging the bat well, you take it. '24 home runs for Josh Donaldson since the All-Star break.
Crack foul.
That's a gutsy pitch in there.
Porcello's pitching line brought to you by Ace Ticket. 7 hits, 5 earned. Does have 7 strikeouts.
Everybody strikes guys out, man. It's unbelievable. You have a bad outing, you punch out 10.
Again, thought about it, but stayed away.
All good pitches in this sequence. You know, both sides of the plate. A lot of guys swing at that pitch. Here we go again. Careful in there. Didn't want to go in there. Just sort of cut it off. I'm telling you, get a little scared to go in there. You little half step. Next thing you know, you chop it right off.
Can't blame him because
no
staff is picking up his hits on Lansdowne.
There's that pitch. He didn't want any part of that. Rather get him out of the way. Tap, tap.
3-2 runner goes, and he got him. Struck him out with that slider. But a run in, and it's now 9-5. To the Greater Boston Food Bank. For sale on the railing, a spectator here tonight. You've seen the Red Sox get off for 9 runs, 11 hits to this point. Aaron Loop will be the new pitcher for Toronto, the left-hander, the often used lefty. This will be his 69th appearance.
A lot of traffic on the bases. You see the walks and the hits.
He'll take on Hanley Ramirez, Mitch Moreland, and Christian Vasquez. Hanley already has doubled and smoked a home run. His home run traveled 451 feet, so as Jerry surmised, it was longer by 14 feet than Xander's.
I mean, it's a high changeup to Hanley. Like, I'd like to know what that feels like to make contact like that.
Deep into the night, yes.
Man, he is loving it.
He's in a very good mood today. He was walking around the clubhouse. He found his shirt, that he had from last year. It was the 2016 Eastern Division champion shirt. And all of a sudden he starts yelling, "I want another one of these." And I said, "Well, you want one with a 7 on it now, not a 6, you know?" And he says, "Yeah." He was in a good mood today.
I saw him taking BP with his guns hanging out. He had a real tight shirt with no sleeves on it. That's what I saw. Maybe that was afterwards because he liked to look good.
He's
it was
done
hot
that.
enough to do.
Oh man, you know, temperatures have been in the 80s. Supposed to cool off over the next several days and heading into the weekend and feel more fall-like. I can't wait for it.
Yeah. But Hanley's proud of his pipes now, isn't he?
Oh yeah,
I would be.
I would be too. Yeah.
I'd style around with those things.
I used to wear wristbands just to make my arms look bigger.
I'd get taped. Have them taped.
Yeah, taped.
Yeah, exactly. You can wear, tighter shirts. Wear large instead of an extra large, whatever.
Hanley greeting a young fan before the game as well. An autograph session.
There's the guns.
High chop on the infield. Goins will gun.
Don't
And get
hurt
him
yourself, Hanley. He was running hard.
by half a step. So one away here, the 4th inning. Ace ticket. Red Sox are in the playoffs. Ace has your ticket from bleachers to boxes. You can treat yourself for something special with tickets to a game, all with a 200% guarantee. Visit aceticket.com now or call 1-800-MY-SEATS. Moreland has joined in tonight. He has a base hit. That one went to the opposite field his first time up, and he came in to score as part of the 5-run 3rd inning. Sox ahead 9-5. It'll be very interesting to see how John Farrell elects to play this now. Rick Porcello has surrendered 5 runs, 7 hits so far, but he also has a 4-run lead. Nobody warming in a bullpen right now. Right to Smoke. He'll take it to the bag himself. 2 up and 2 down.
Were you surprised last outing in Cincinnati when he took him out after the 4th inning?
I was not.
You weren't? Okay.
No.
Okay.
Because he had Price ready to go.
Okay.
And he's got him again tonight.
I know. There he is.
Price got the win in that one. So the warm-up top is off for number 24. Vasquez the batter. Carson Smith also certainly looks ready.
I think it's going to take David about an inning to get loose.
Porcello got hammered in the 1st inning, gave up 3 runs, nothing in the 2nd inning, but runs in the 3rd and the 4th against him. Yankees, meanwhile, have just taken a 2-1 lead on Tampa Bay in the 5th. Christian on board twice tonight with a walk and a single. He scored a run. Red Sox knocked Estrada out early. 2 1/3 innings.
That's as hard as I've ever seen them hit him.
Yeah, he always has a good game against the Red Sox. Always. Not tonight.
Yeah, he had pitched against the Sox 3 times this year, Marco Estrada, and had a 1.04 ERA, but that exploded tonight. Completely different game. Carlos Ramirez throwing in a bullpen now, the slender right-hander. Rafael Devers on deck. Lupa guy in no particular hurry. And Vasquez grows tired of waiting.
He wants to throw a slider inside. Shook off a changeup. Shook off a fastball. He wants a slider down and in. Let's see if they go back to it. Yep.
1-2. Tied him up. Down he goes, strike 3, and that's a quick inning. Sox go 1-2-3, but lead at 9-5. Is brought to you by New England VA Healthcare, serving those who serve. Visit NESN.com/veteran to learn more. By the great folks at Sullivan Tire and Complete Auto Service. Eastern Bank, join us for good. And by Old Dominion, the official freight carrier of Major League Baseball and the Boston Red Sox. Great to have you with us here tonight. Activity in the Red Sox bullpen. Porcello is back out there, moving on to the 5th inning, but it's Price and Smith now throwing side by side in the pen.
Now, I think what you're going to see here, if there's any trouble at all for Porcello, you're going to see Carson Smith come in this inning. I think Price right now is starting to loosen up, possibly for the 6th inning.
Yes, I agree. A couple right-handed hitters down the line here.
That's the heart of the order. Smoke, Bautista, and Morales. No Donaldson. Porcello struck him out last inning. Smoke with a double and a walk tonight. Bautista's homered. Got off to a rough start for Rick Porcello. You know, he'd love to qualify for a win. But he's got to go 5 innings for that to happen. Smoke with only 1 hit so far in the series.
That's a good pitch, too.
He didn't catch it, so he calls it a ball? I mean, come on.
It's a 2-seam fastball right down at the bottom of the strike zone.
It's terrible.
You're still on Larry Vanover, man. That goes back years.
I know, it got me going.
The 1-1.
You see that all the time, you know. The catchers will set up inside, and then they'll have to reach across the plate to get an outside corner pitch, and
well,
they won't get the call.
I understand that, but this one was like, he just didn't catch it.
I don't understand the other one. I mean, if the pitch is a strike, it's a strike. No matter how the catcher catches it or doesn't catch it.
3-1.
He needs a walk like a hole in the head here. He's got to challenge him. Challenge Cheese. Fastball away. Calls it high.
And he walked him. So Smoke is on board for the 3rd time.
He's upset too. Look at that. He said something to him. I don't blame him. A little perturbed.
And the only man he's walked is Smoke on 2 occasions. Here comes Bautista, who's been a nemesis of Porcello's over the years. 2-run homer in the 1st inning, but he struck him out looking last time. Nine runs on 11 hits for the Sox, including 2 homers.
A little double play ball here. Change his attitude on the mound.
Tim Mayza, their left-hander, throwing in the pen. Popped him up. Vasquez with a play right around home plate. Flips the mask. He's there and he's got it. One away. Time for the carrying the freight moment, brought to you by Old Dominion.
This is just in a matter of 4 innings. You're going to see high cheese fastballs, strike 3, 7 out of 8 times. Look at all those high fastballs. One after another. Baptista gets frozen on one right down the middle. Back up top again. Pilar swings at everything. Look at that swing by Martin. Kind of a funky swing. Fastball away to Goins. And finally, you're going to see a slider. 8 punch outs, 1 slider.
Old Dominion, the official freight carrier of Major League Baseball and the Boston Red Sox. Here's Morales. He has an RBI single. He's also lined to short, so he's hit it well a couple of times. Five runs, 7 hits, an error for Toronto. Sox came into play with a 3-game lead, 5 games remaining, including this one. Ground ball handled by Moreland down to second. Got it out there. Back to first and got him. So you wanted the double play and you got it. Side retired. Time to turn it over now to Adam and Casey for the mid-5th studio show. Living life large on Sunday and not having to worry about any division clinching that will already have been accomplished. As you mentioned, the Yankees in the 6th inning still on top 2-1 at Tampa Bay. Red Sox leading here 9-5. To the bottom of the 5th we go.
Get expert emergency care without leaving the ballpark at the Beth Israel Deaconess Medical Center First Aid Station, located behind Section 12 on the lower concourse. Beth Israel Deaconess Medical Center is the official hospital of the Boston Red Sox. Visit BIDMC.org.
Hey, can I just nice? Can I just take a moment on this and congratulate Jerry Remy, who has a great honor coming his way tomorrow. He has been inducted into the Massachusetts Broadcasters Hall of Fame. The ceremonies are tomorrow. First of all, congratulations.
Thank you.
Great job.
I appreciate that very much. I'm a little embarrassed by it, to be quite honest with you.
Are you?
Yeah, it's different than just sports. It's news people and all kind of. I was really amazed when they called, and I'm really looking forward to it. I think the older we get, and I were talking about it, the more we appreciate things like that.
Devers with a pop-up here to Donaldson to handle that one man away.
Yeah, enjoy the moment. I mean,
yeah,
really.
yeah. It's kind of a nice honor, and I was thinking about it, and it might be one of the biggest I've got. So I'm pretty proud of it, but it is a little embarrassing.
Oh, now come on.
Yeah, I mean,
30 years doing this.
Yeah,
You're
but
going to drop a humble pie on this, right?
Well, I know what you're saying, but I mean, it's a wonderful honor for you. And, we had a great day here at Fenway for you. And this is another cherry on a big, big cake for you.
Yeah, well, thanks a lot for bringing it up. I appreciate it. And I am going to enjoy it.
Well, we're very proud of you. in there for a strike, one down. Davis with a double and a base hit. He's also stolen a base and driven in a run. He's done a lot tonight, although he does not get a chance to play all that often. So here's Mays' 17th appearance, high ERA, almost at 8.5. Jackie Bradley on deck. I'll skip all the way to the backstop. I'm talking about the Astros coming in for what will be a 4-game series. I think a lot of fans here are very, very interested to see the Astros because of the possibility the Red Sox are going to play them.
First of all, I haven't seen them all year, right? I mean, to the last 4 games of the season.
The Red Sox took 2 out of 3 against them earlier this season, but it's been a long time.
But I meant right in front of your face, right here, knowing that you can very well be playing them and looking at them like that. They have a very powerful offense.
Could be playing them 9 straight games.
9.
Rajay smacks that one foul. Back to his RBI in the 3rd inning.
And Rajay Davis going this time to the opposite field for the base hit to drive in a run. So he's pulled the ball in this game. He's gone the other way. He's got the 2 hits. He's got a stolen base.
Smokes that one up into the Coca-Cola section, foul.
And you guys were talking about Rajay possibly being on a postseason roster. It's kind of a reminder of Dave Roberts, you know, a guy that could go in and steal a base late in the game for you, and big stolen base obviously, and that's what Davis can do.
And that's going to be in there. Strike 3, frozen, and there are 2 gone. Time for a game break now. Brought to you by Jordan's, the furniture store of the Boston Red Sox. Here's TC. Tom, thank you. Keep us updated on that, obviously. Many eyes on it.
Yeah, Jerry, your MVP's got a couple more RBIs, huh, Judge?
Yeah, I'm telling you.
I know.
I'm telling you. It's. I think it's going to close in. I really do.
Altuve is now up and over the 200 hit mark as that is floated down the left field line, headed down into the corner, but a foul ball. I think it's going to be those 2 guys battling it out for the votes. It does bring to mind part of the debate on an MVP as Price is now loosening in the bullpen about teams that finish first. You know, and if you've got an MVP candidate, how about if you don't finish first?
But if you're in the money, I mean, if you're in the mix,
in the playoff money, does that change your point of view?
Oh, definitely. Because if you're not, you know, if you're on a last place team and you're the, you know, having a super year, forget about it.
Yeah, you get an award for that, a team award.
Yeah.
You know, MVP.
I've only seen a couple of those that I remember. Andre Dawson got it one year in '87 with the Cubs, and I think they were in last place. I think Cal Ripken won it one year that Baltimore wasn't in the money. That was '91. Why do I remember this? I don't know. But you don't see it happen very often.
No, not too often.
I mean, that's what you get. You have to be the MVP of a winning team.
You know, the flag I would wave for Altuve, aside from the fact he's going to win the batting crown again, maybe the Gold Glove at second base, is that he did it all season long. And that was not the case with Judge.
Yeah.
Outstanding stab there by Donaldson. Will gun and get him.
This is what he needs, right?
Yeah, really.
Took a hit away from him. Donaldson's been terrific defensively in the series. Red Sox on top 9-5. Back out there for the top half of the 6th inning. Bullpen continues to work, and Price is warming up out there, but the Red Sox on top 9-5. They have out hit Toronto 11-7 on a night that has seen Toronto hit a couple of home runs, but the Red Sox with a couple of monster shots. Hanley Ramirez and Xander Bogaerts, no doubters. So all sorts of run support for the right-hander. Pilar to lead things off here in the 6th inning. Yankees have added another run in the bottom of the 6th, now leading Tampa Bay 3-1. A little bobble there, but Devers handled it, never touched the ground, and he guns to get him.
Thank you very much. Ball bounces out of your glove, and it goes right into your throwing hand. Oh,
didn't have to panic for long.
No, that's a beautiful thing if you're an infielder.
Tonight's suits are designed by Joseph Aboud, custom made in the USA of fine Italian fabrics, available at Men's Warehouse. Text NESSN to 66960 to receive a coupon for $20 off your next purchase of $100 or more at Men's Warehouse. Data rates may apply. One gone. Russell Martin here. He has gone 0 for 2 tonight, a fly to center and a strikeout. Porcello into the 6th. Somebody blown right by his start last Friday in Cincinnati, which was only 4 innings. A game the Red Sox would win. Pedroia with the stab. 2 down.
This Sunday, it's the season finale of NESSN Clubhouse. We're looking back on the best plays, players, and moments of the season. Even the best of Wally. Catch it Sunday afternoon at 1:30 on NESSN Clubhouse, presented by Delta Dental of Massachusetts. Ooh. It's a mouthful.
It was. But here comes Rick Porcello out of the ball game. He pitched long enough to qualify for a victory. And he will turn it over to David Price, who is coming on. This combination wound up working out a Red Sox victory the last time on Friday. Red Sox leading 9-5. David Price in his new role coming on, and we'll have more in just a moment. Ash wants your vote. The Boston Globe sports writers nominated many of your favorite athletes and moments in several categories. You can cast your vote right now at theglobies.com. Voting ends Monday, October 2nd. Go to theglobies.com right now to cast your vote. David Price out of the bullpen. He got the win Friday night at Cincinnati, going 2 2/3 scoreless. He allowed 3 hits, struck out 4. He was at 95, 96.
Yeah, he's been throwing the ball good out of the bullpen. All of his pitches. I tell you what, if there's a time to come into the game, I'll take the ball right here, Coach. Huh? 5-run lead, 2 outs, nobody on. Beautiful.
Facing a left-handed to start off with.
Exactly. Can't get any better than that.
This guy Goins has already whiffed twice.
A 96 on that last fastball.
You're going to see some of the best fastballs that he has in this new role.
Sox up by 4. As Porcello went 5 2/3. And a 1-2. 97 with that fastball.
Well, he knows he's going to come in and pitch what? Probably max 3 innings. I mean, if the situation called for that.
It's so easy to air it out, Jerry, when you're just coming in like this.
The guy's used to starting, right? I mean,
yeah.
Just let it fly.
Yeah, just air it out.
Goins is 0 for 5 off him. About to make it 0 for 6. Price makes very fast work of him. 1, 2, 3. Go to Blue Jays. 9-5 Boston. We could all use a little help. Earn a free beverage when you enroll. And speed past the line with on-the-go ordering. DD Perks, everyone deserves an upgrade. Speeding past the line may not be possible at all locations. Sox in front 9-5 going to last half of the 6th inning. Xander Bogaerts had a big night with a base hit, 3-run homer. He scored 2 times. If the Red Sox win these next 2 games, including tonight, and the Yankees lose one of the 2 games, the Red Sox would clinch tomorrow. They have the ability to do that tomorrow. On deck, Dustin Pedroia and then Andrew Benintendi against Ramirez. To the right side, and Barney will flip on to get him. 1 away. Friday at 5:30. Don't miss Friday Night Fenway, presented by Budweiser. TC will have an exclusive interview with John Farrell. Budweiser, this Bud's for you.
I'll tell you, the Yankees have pushed the Red Sox. They have. I mean, the Red Sox have had to play so well to keep that 3-game lead. It seemed like forever they had a 3-game lead every night.
Well, every now and then it go up to 5 games, and you say, "Well, that's it," you know.
And boom, boom.
Then all of a sudden, then it's back to 3 again.
Right, they
2,
wouldn't go away.
Yankees, good ball club.
They get in the playoffs. You know, if they can win that one gamer,
They're dangerous.
yeah.
They're up 6-1 right now in the 6th inning against Tampa Bay. Pedroia going for another hit. Down for it, Barney. On to Smoke. 2 up and 2 down. Pedroia with a couple of singles tonight. He is now 2 for 4.
All the marbles on that one game. Huh.
The Red Sox have never had to play in that
Since '78.
Yeah.
That's a marble game, man.
We both remember that very, very well. And I got to tell you, it's not a fun game to play in. I mean, it's want to go home, and it's
Yeah, it's just not fair.
It was before the wild card.
I even said back then, and this should have been 2 out of 3. Even then, you can't do it on one game.
it was.
Come on.
Benintendi with a base hit in the 1st inning. Jerry, you've said several times, I found this fascinating, that playing in that game against the Yankees here in 1978, you never felt your feet were under you.
No, it was a very strange feeling, because the nerves really.
Fly it into left center field, coming on Hernandez. And that'll do it. 1, 2, 3. We'll touch on that when we come back. The end of 6. 9-5 Red Sox.
Presented by Joseph Abboud, available Men's Warehouse. TC and Tim Wakefield will have the latest on the AL East race and update the key injuries to the Sox.
7th inning, 9-5 Red Sox with the lead, and Barney the batter. He's homered and struck out. As we went to the break, you were talking, Jerry, about 1978. So many fans throughout New England have a vivid recollection of where they were, what they were doing when that game was played.
Yeah, well, it's a 1-game playoff, and so you have no time to get into a flow of a series. And I felt like it was an out-of-body experience. I really did through the whole game. I never relaxed, never was able to calm down and make it feel like it was just another game, And I also remember feeling I don't want to be the guy. And players will say, "Oh, I want to be the guy in the on the big stage at the big moment. You know, and some guys I believe, other guys I think they're just talking.
Yeah.
You know. But I remember thinking, I don't want to be the guy that blows this thing for us.
You want to be the GOAT.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And, you know, I remember the last bat I had in that game, Gossage was pitching. He was on gas right there. He was in his third inning. He threw me a slider. And before that at bat, it was a man at first base.
Price strikes him out.
And I just kept saying to myself in the on-deck circle, don't hit a ground ball and have this end on a double play when you got, you know, Rice behind you, when you got Yastrzemski behind you. Just don't hit a ground ball. If you're going to make out in the air, you know, so it's 2 outs and you still got a chance. Well, I ended up getting a base hit, which was great.
That was the Pinella play.
That was the Pinella play, yeah. If it got by him, they'd have a statue outside of me.
I don't know how he ever made that play.
But, you know, that's what's so hard about a one-game playoff. You just don't get into a flow of a series.
Yeah, true.
And what a shame. I mean, that season should have ended on a series, you know, between those two.
You win 99 games, Zach, right?
I thought we were the best team. That's all.
I did too.
Yeah.
You know, and we won 99, and what did we do? We took our suitcases and we went home.
Yeah.
That was it. It's all over.
Boy, what a tough pill to swallow.
99 wins.
Hernandez 1 for 3 with a base hit. Heck, you appeared in so many big games. And
yeah, the toughest part for me, obviously, was being the GOAT. You know, that was one of the toughest things in my life, was giving up that home run to Kirk Gibson, without a doubt. And it's funny looking back. I just sort of took it so well. You know,
swinging bump and a foul ball.
Well, I'm glad I did, because looking back, man, how did I take it so well? It's ugly, you know, when you think about it. Luckily, it was the first game of the World Series, but it felt like I lost the whole thing right there for the team, you know. And
did you say earlier that Kirk Gibson today called you?
Oh yeah,
he just called you today.
Yeah, we've got this thing going on. I mean, we did a thing together for Joe Torre and sat down and watched it all over again and made some money for a charity there in L.A.
Very nice, very big of you to do that.
Oh yeah, I wasn't thrilled, but you know.
Swing and a miss. Another strikeout.
How about
for Price? You know, back-to-back Ks.
Hey, he looks really good right now. I believe that might have been a cutter that time to pick up the strikeout against Hernandez.
Boy, this has got to help his confidence going in to the playoffs, hopefully. Backdoor cutter. He swings underneath it. You know, it's one thing seeing velocity, because he probably feels great pitching once every 5 days. But to see the secondary stuff, that's what tells you something.
Donaldson 2 for 3, a double and a single. The Ice Bucket Challenge, Pete Frady's and the fight against ALS, is a best-selling book by Casey Sherman and Dave Wedge. It's available now at the Red Sox team store and Amazon.com. It's a powerful story of love, and learn how one man and his family have changed the world. Vasquez tried to pull it back, but a ball.
I believe that might have been the first changeup Price has thrown since being in the ball game. Fastballs, cut fastballs, and that's on the changeup.
Smoke on deck. What a vicious swing. But he came up empty.
This is such a hell of a weapon to have in the bullpen if he can get ready. You know, it's hard to pick the perfect spot in the playoffs. It just is. And you want somebody to get ready, you know, quickly.
Rocketed foul.
That's to me, that's the tough part. How's he going to get ready quickly?
Yeah.
And, you know, because you get all excited. You don't care how long you've been around. He's going to get excited being out there.
Do you think it's important that he go back-to-back days?
I don't necessarily think so, but you know, let's just we're lucky we have him right now, right? Let's don't get carried away, don't you think? Maybe if you're going to do it, you're going to do it this weekend against Houston. I mean, you're going to give him a peek.
Well, last year Francona did that with Miller and those guys, but they were bullpen guys.
Right.
And, you know, David's a starter, and I think it's going to be very difficult to do it back-to-back days.
Yes. You're not going to go back-to-back. He goes 2 innings, that's for sure.
3-2.
Stay top on the latest Red Sox news with NESN's free Red Sox text alerts. From breaking news to in-game alerts, NESN will make sure you are in the know. To sign up, just text Red Sox to 536-536. Message and data rates may apply.
That's the damage done by the last foul ball by Donaldson in one of the suites. He smashed it. And that is in there for strike 3 at 97. Price strikes out the side. He gets Barney, Hernandez, and Donaldson. Nine-5 lead against Toronto into the bottom half of the 7th inning at Fenway. Hanley Ramirez has had a lot to do with it. He has doubled and homered and gone 2 for 3. He'll be followed by Moreland, Vasquez after Mitch Moreland.
Seems like his shoulders feel pretty good, huh? He's letting it go.
Addison Reed active in the bullpen for the Sox.
Well, how about the performance by David Price? I mean, that was that's impressive.
You know, he hit 98.
Yeah.
0-1.
And he came in he faced what, 4 batters? Struck out 3 of them. Was able to show you his fastball, his cut fastball, and his changeup.
Yeah, changeup.
So he saw all of his pitches.
And his gas.
Yeah, and you know, 96, 97. I mean,
yeah.
Take that.
Command galore. I mean,
yep.
Novak, you've called it a weapon, a huge weapon for the Red Sox. Not one you thought about at the beginning of the season, but this guy coming out of the bullpen and firing the ball at 96 to 98.
And that's nasty.
Oh, that's nasty right there. Really. Yeah. That's unhittable almost.
And Ramirez firing down and away on Hanley. Tomorrow night the Astros are here. They played a day game in the heat in Texas today, and they beat the Rangers 12-2. Eduardo Rodriguez will go tomorrow night 7-10 against Brad Peacock, who's 12-2 and ERA under 3.
Well, he's had a nice year. Peacock out of nowhere, kind of.
They get Charlie Morton going on Friday. He's 13-7. He'll go against Doug Fister. Drew Pomerantz will throw on Saturday. Right now, Chris Sale's scheduled to go on Sunday, but we shall see.
We got McCullers right on Saturday.
3-2. Red Sox knocked the starter out, Marco Estrada, with 1 out in the 3rd inning. After falling behind 3-0, the Red Sox charged back, which they have a tendency to do. Swung on a missed strike 3, so 1 away in the Sox 7th. Time now to check out the results of our Granite City Electric poll question. Do you want to see Chris Sale pitch on Sunday? Here are the results.
I got it figured out.
What do you got?
The 33% probably have tickets to the game on Sunday.
That's perfect. That's good.
Right?
Yeah, because if not, you're on
I
acid.
mean, why would you want? Yeah. Why would you want?
That's terrible.
You vote yes,
what
you're
the-
on acid.
Yes.
33% of the people are on acid.
What are you thinking? You don't want to see Sale? That means we're in trouble.
You're on acid.
They're on something nowadays.
Yeah, I hear you. Strike on Moreland. He's 1 for 3 with a single. Yankees 6, Tampa Bay 1. They're in the 7th inning in the Bronx. And Ramirez with a 1-1. Vasquez on deck.
Tomorrow at 6:30, don't miss Red Sox Game Day Live presented by DCU. TC and Tim Wakefield will preview the Red Sox last series of the regular season against the Astros. DCU, Digital Federal Credit Union. What can DCU save you? Saw Tim Wakefield and went, where's he been?
2-2. It's been nice watching Carlos Pena back in the studio working with the guys and doing a great job. And we're going to see Carlos in your chair tomorrow. He'll be up in the booth calling the game with us. The very charismatic Carlos Pena. Be great to have him here.
Be good to him.
I'll try.
Okay.
2-2. High fly ball down that right field line. Is it going to go? And she is gone. A home run. Number 21 for Moreland. So the Red Sox increase the lead to 10-5.
This is really nice to see the offense come alive in this ball game tonight. And Moreland got himself a slider. And he jumped all over it. More of a spinner than a slider that time.
Sometimes I think sliders to left-handed hitters just go that much quicker out of the ballpark.
I tell you, I would much prefer, seeing a slider than a curveball. I didn't like seeing curveballs. Sliders I didn't mind.
Yeah, it's coming right to you.
Vasquez hits it hard as he is doing all over the place lately, but for an out here, caught by Barney two-way. CVS Health is investing $50 million over 5 years to extend their commitment to helping people lead tobacco-free lives, moving us one step closer toward a tobacco-free generation. Learn more at cvshealth.com/be the first. So 2 away for Rafael Devers. Looking for his first hit here tonight. He did score a run. Red Sox tonight wrapping up their season series with Toronto. Have long since won it. Sox 12-6 against the Jays. Fly ball. Right center field. Pilar right there. And that'll retire the side. But Moreland gets another one. Number 21 for the left-hand hitting first baseman. And the Sox have doubled up Toronto. And is brought to you by Southwest. Yes to low fares with nothing to hide. That's transparency. By Ford Trucks, built Ford Tough, the official truck of the Boston Red Sox. By McDonald's, any McCafe muffin with any size coffee, just $1.99. Digital Federal Credit Union, see what DCU can save you. And by your New England Audi dealers and the 2018 Audi Q5. A fun night here at Fenway. Red Sox with a 10-5 lead on Toronto. And a big inning was the third when the Red Sox got half of those runs. Addison Reed now out of the bullpen. 21 of his 26 appearances with the Red Sox have been scoreless. Sox bullpen again excellent tonight. And frankly, it was an outstanding bullpen before David Price went out there. And now what a wrinkle. Smoke in this one with a double and a couple of walks. He'll be followed by Bautista and then Morales.
You know, Addison Reed has given up a couple home runs. Had that big blowout against the Yankees, gave up 5 or 6 runs. But to me, there's a lot of trust there with him. I like the way he goes after hitters, throws strikes. You feel good about it. Guys coming in on base, he inherited runners. It's just a feel that you have. You know, and I think that's
yeah.
And to add somebody like, you know, Carson Smith and just like you said, Price, I mean, it just makes it that much better, this bullpen.
I think what they're looking at right now is they're looking at Reed as definitely the 8th inning guy as they go to the playoffs, and you know, they feel he's the guy that can nail down the 8th to get the game.
Fouled back by Bautista.
Saturday on an all-new On Course with Andy Brickley, Brickhouse, a foursome with current Bruins players at Foxwoods. The guys open up about the pace of the game and how it's changing with younger players. Catch it all Saturday night at 7. Brought to you by Foxwoods Resort Casino, the resort casino of the Boston Red Sox.
Well, not that this hasn't always been the case, but Bautista's swinging for Lansdowne Street and what could be
his last at
bat he ever has at Fenway. I mean, going back to when he broke in the National League. This one popped up right behind home plate. Vasquez will not get to it. Broke into the American League with the Baltimore Orioles and went to the National League for a long time, and then Toronto since 2008.
Yeah, a few stops. What, Kansas City for a hair, Pittsburgh for a hair.
And became a star with the Blue Jays.
Then he dropped a 54 home run bomb on everybody and got their attention.
Well, he has belted a home run tonight. That was in the first inning. So it's a big nights here. And in a standout career, the 0-2. Ground ball to Xander Bogaerts. Handles that chance cleanly. And there are 2 down. Join our friends at Sullivan Tire celebrating Cardinal Cushing Center's years of changing lives for people with intellectual disabilities. Congratulations on 70 great years. So 2 down here in the 8th. Kendrys Morales, the batter, 1 for 3 with an RBI single. Sox have out hit Toronto 12-7. 2 monster shots by the Red Sox offense. Hanley Ramirez in the 3rd inning. And Xander Bogaerts. Another home run by Mitch Moreland, but those are mammoth shots by both Hanley and Xander.
Xander was the crusher. That 3-run shot was the key.
Yeah, that gave the Red Sox a little bit of spread in the ball game.
0-2 and smacked into right field for a base hit. Second of the ball game for Morales. That comes with 2 down.
Just a good hitter. I mean, you know, they made the pitch they wanted to make. They wanted to elevate the fastball last time. They did elevate the fastball last time, and Morales just got on top of it for the line drive base hit.
Every time I see him get on base, because, you know, he can't run very well because of the injury to him. You see what, this high fastball,
gets on top of it for a base hit. But when I see him, running the bases, it's like, oh my goodness, takes 3 hits to get him in. How about when I remember Detroit, the Tigers? Remember when they had Prince Fielder, they had Cabrera, and they had, who's the third one that couldn't run? Victor Martinez. Remember the 3 of them? They couldn't. They get on base. They had no chance.
Pop to right field. Davis underneath to set down Pilar, and that retires the side. No runs, 1 hit. 1 man left. We're in the middle of the 8th. Sox up by 5. Sox baseball on NESN is sponsored by Southwest. Yes to low fares with nothing to hide. That's transparency. That's a happy house tonight. Red Sox leading 10-5 going to the last half of the 8th inning. Jerry Remy alongside Dennis Eckersley, Dave O'Brien, Garrett Austin as well. Red Sox have brought the bats tonight with 12 hits. About to take on Chris Rowley here out of their bullpen with a .713 earned run average. Rajai Davis has been part of it with a double and a single. And it'll be Jackie Bradley and Xander Bogaerts. And that's Brandon Workman loosening. And foul back by the speedy Davis. So the Red Sox offense, a big part of the narrative in this one. The biggest part. 5-run third inning, the key. A pop-up here and a play for Smoke. Near the Sox dugout. 1 man gone. See what's new at Jordan's Furniture and Shop now to get up to 72 months, no interest with equal payments and no minimum on all brand name furniture and mattresses. Shop in store or online at Jordans.com. So again, the earliest the Red Sox would be able to clinch the American League East would be tomorrow. Just have to keep on winning. Look for a Yankee loss, which may not come tonight if Jackie Bradley makes an out. And he is 0 for 4. 2 down.
Now Yankees commanding 6-1 lead in the 7th inning.
So if the Yankees win and the Red Sox win tomorrow, Red Sox win and hang around and see if the Yankees lose. Yep. Basically.
Yep.
And you don't know when they're going to, when the timing of all that. This is the swing of the night, the home run by Bogey Saw a lot of fastballs in that at bat and got one that he liked and lost it.
Yeah, a lot of pitches inside in that at bat.
He also has a base hit. So a good night out of that leadoff spot. Pedroia on deck. He has 2 hits. Stay right here after the 3rd out for a special behind the scenes look at what happens in between innings. You're not going to believe this one. I mean,
I thought I've seen it all.
I'd stay right there and not move a muscle if I were you.
It's going to be more than like a guy catching a ground ball.
I've said too much as it is. I've teased it too much as it is.
I find it very exciting.
3-0 is in there for a strike. Got to get you out a little more. (3-1) to Bogarts. A wave and a miss.
You want to get his confidence going, and then since he's been in the leadoff spot, I tell you, it's just a different feel. He's not on fire, although you love that 3-run home run, but he's been swinging it. Look at him. There you go.
3-hit game tonight.
Those 3-hit games, you sleep very well those nights. If you're like 5 for 5, you can't sleep because you're all fired up.
Yeah.
If you're like 0 for 5, you can't sleep because you're ticked off. 3 for 5 is like a really nice sleeping night.
So when you wake up halfway during the night, you wake up, open your eyes, and say, 3 for 5. That's
nice.
cool. That's cool.
Oh yeah.
Roll over and go back to sleep.
Right.
No, it's a great feeling.
Yeah.
Pedroia is trying to have that feeling and sleep like a baby tonight. He has 2 hits. Time of the Geico Red Sox moment honoring the 07 Red Sox. Game number 158. The Red Sox would beat the A's 11-6. Mike Lowell, Dustin Pedroia, Big Papi. They all had 3 hits. Lowell drove in 5, and Pedroia scored 4 times.
They slept good that night, all 3 of them.
Isn't it true though? I mean, there are certain nights you have them and they're like a 1 for 4 nights like this. Okay. Yeah.
Boom.
Scooped up by Donaldson. He's fielded everything in this series, and that will retire the side. So Pedroia will not sleep nearly as soundly as Xander Bogaerts. We stay in the park.
Tomorrow, divisions, titles, crowns. The final series of the regular season is now a preview of the postseason. Astros, Red Sox. Coverage of the 4-game series begins tomorrow at 6 on NESN. Presented by Amica Insurance.
It's not all.
Get our game summary, which is brought to you by Xfinity. Rick Porcello in line for the win. He gave up 3 right away, but the Red Sox came back and got 10. Estrada knocked out of the ball game after 2 1/3. Xander Bogaerts with a mammoth home run, and so did Hanley Ramirez. Mitch Moreland's pitched in with another one. The Red Sox with all sorts of offense, 13 hits. And now for the 9th inning, up 10-5. Workman gets the ball. Brandon coming on to face the bottom third of the Toronto batting order. This will be appearance number 32. He's been very good. 2.37 ERA. He's been one of the great success stories for the Red Sox this season, coming back from Tommy John. Brock Holt also into the ball game at second base, taking over for Dustin Pedroia, who had 2 hits.
Yeah, Dustin was moving around pretty well tonight, considering all that's going on with his knee. You know, watched him out at second base, made the plays there, watched him run down the line, couple of base hits. Nice night for him.
And the Red Sox have been able to give Mookie Betts another night off. John Fralsey might be available to pinch hit. Obviously not required tonight, but another full night off could make a world of difference.
Yeah, I hope so, because anytime you talk about that risk, you know, one swing and it can go haywire on you.
But again, no structural damage. See if he's in there in game 1 against Houston, and that's going to be in there for strike 3 as Workman will set down Martin. Welcome to the deeper coverage of baseball presented by T-Mobile, looking at the pitching matchup for the Red Sox final series of the regular season against the Astros. Erod going in game number 1. Doug Fister on Friday. Pomerantz and Sale Saturday and Sunday. Of course, big question mark whether Sale will pitch.
What's Cleveland doing tonight? Are they winning? Yeah, they're winning. Because Cleveland and Houston right now are still in a little bit of a race for best record.
Cleveland got a 1-game lead after tonight because they're winning.
Yeah, if they win that, because the Astros already won today.
So it might as well be 2 because of the fact that they head-to-head, Cleveland beat them this year. So if they tie, Cleveland wins the home field.
That's correct. Now, a few years ago, they changed what would happen if division leaders tied, such as the Red Sox and the Yankees. Many were under the impression that the Yankees, if that happened, would win the division outright because of the better record head-to-head. That is not the case. Used to be. They've changed it over the last few years. That would require a 1-game playoff. Bradley all the way back to the wall, leaping up, can't get it. Goins launching one. It'll be backed up by Davis, and it'll be a double for Goins with 1 down.
They hit that ball pretty well straight away center field, and if Jackie can't make the play on it, it can't be made. We're seeing 2 guys in this series, Bradley, Pilar. I mean, just superb at their positions. He thinks he's got it timed. Oh, just above the glove.
So 2 bases for Goins.
Goins got a little pop, huh? We saw him go deep the other night.
Yeah. I was calling for a squeeze play.
Yeah, right.
Last night, and he hits a rocket off the wall the other way.
He did. Yeah.
Well, Michael Saunders now, 250. Will pinch hit. He will hit for Darwin Barney, who homered back in the 4th inning.
This guy had a good year last year. Was it last year? No. Made the All-Star team, and since that time, he hasn't done very well at all. Started off with Philly this year.
Yes.
As a free agent. They
cut him loose. Batting with 1 down. We're in the 9th inning. Red Sox head 10-5. Saunders appeared in 61 games with the Phillies, hit just .205. Struck out a lot. Year before, he was selected to the All-Star team.
Yeah, a breakout year. Long-time Mariner, isn't he?
Yeah. So was Smoke.
Right.
Tap to Brock Holt. This should be the 2nd out as the runner advances. So 2 down and Goins into 3rd. And the Red Sox 1 out away from the win, which for the Sox would be number 92. And it would assure the Red Sox of at least being 3 games up heading into play tomorrow. The start of the last 4 games of the regular season. The Yankees had that 6-1 lead in the 7th in the Bronx.
Boy, this comes down to that road trip, man. That 8-1 road trip was huge.
Huge. Back-to-back sweeps. High fly, deep left field, sailing back. This one way out of here.
How about this kid, huh?
Yeah.
Hernandez hits his 3rd home run of the series.
You know, it's interesting. Porcello got him a couple of times on a high fastball early, and it looked like the Red Sox had figured something out against Hernandez. Then they've tried a couple of high fastballs. One he got for a base hit. And this ball, I believe, also is up. Take another look at it. The fastball. Let's see the location. Yeah, it's up just a little bit.
Look at him lift that thing.
And he put a charge in it.
And he was styling out of the box now. That's number 8 for him with 20 RBIs in September.
Some month. So hold the phone just a moment because Donaldson's up, and so is Kimbrel. Workman allowing a double and a home run, and suddenly it's a 10-7 game. Home plate umpire Larry Vanover heading out to break it up, but it breaks up anyway. Donaldson with a double and a single. He's gone 2 for 4. You know the damage he's already done in the series. He's hit 3 home runs. So Workman with 1 more out to get, but that's a struggle all of a sudden. And he fires in strike 1. Donaldson is 1 for 5 lifetime against Workman. The 1 is a homer. Sox up 10-7 in the 9th. Brandon Workman with a 1-1 to Donaldson.
Yeah, that's the pitch there. That hard cutter. Almost a slider. Broke so much. It's the second one that he's thrown him. That's a good one. Perfect. Do it again.
Old foul as Donaldson hangs in there.
It went to the curveball that time. From the slider to the curveball, and just getting a piece of it there was Donaldson. Off balance, backside not in, but did foul it off.
That's the last the Red Sox are seeing of Toronto for this season. Trying to go to 13-6 against them. The 1-2. Line drive caught by Marlin. Wouldn't you know it? A line shot, but it ends the ball game, and the Red Sox win it 10-7. TC back in the win column as the Houston Astros get ready to invade Fenway Park.